Good evening. Welcome to Talk Yarny to Me. This is Zuri here. I'll be talking yarny with you for just a few minutes. Not very long because I am as tired as I look tonight. Today is Monday the 13th. It is. For a few more minutes, it's Monday the 13th. So it was Mother's Day weekend. I hope you all that celebrate had a happy Mother's Day. We did nothing, which is fine by me. We didn't do anything. My husband, he got me like some really nice perfume, but he gave it to me like a week early, maybe. And he like woke me up. He came home from work at like, who knows, 2 in the morning one night last week and was like, here, because it came in the mail. He was like, here, see if you like this or open your present or whatever. And I was like, ooh, I don't know, I was half asleep. But he's like that. He likes to give. He gets so excited about gift giving that he like can't wait to give it to you. I usually make him wait, but he caught me off guard because I was sleeping. So there's that. He usually takes the kids to like Pandora to get little charms for like a bracelet. I am not a fan of Pandora bracelets. I do not like them. They're too heavy and clunky. They catch on my like skin, my hair here. And for some reason, especially my bonus kids, they because the company that I work for, the movie production company that I work for, I guess they think because I work for them, like, I don't know, they always pick out ones like charms based on that company. That company's like products, intellectual property or whatever, which I'm like, I'm fine with them. I do like them, but I'm like, it's not my whole identity. Like, it's my job. But I'm not a big fan of Pandora bracelets. So he did not take them to Pandora for Mother's Day this year, which is fine by me. Because then I always feel like I'm obligated to wear it at least once after they buy me new ones. And so it's a whole thing. So save me that until at least Christmas time. Anyway, so there's that. I'm tired because this is ridiculous, but so our bed, we flipped the mattress last night. The problem is that our mattress, it's like one of those memory foam pillow top mattresses. It's not meant to be flipped. I told my husband that, but he was like, no, we have to flip it because if not, it's gonna get all uneven because there's a huge size differential. You can't really tell from the picture, but there's a pretty big size differential between the two of us. And he's very dense, very, very dense because he works out so much. So it's a lot of muscle. And so he's already put a big dent in this mattress that we've only had for like a year, less than a year. And so he wants to like flip it. And I'm like, it doesn't flip. So we flipped it over and you can like, it's not too bad, but at least I can feel like all the little springs or whatever the mechanism is in them. Like, it's not very comfortable. So I didn't sleep at all last night. And I'm like, he was like, okay, well, we'll just leave it like this for a week and then we'll flip it back, at least so it can even out. Whatever, I don't know. So this might be my life for a week, hopefully. And he's like, well, maybe you'll get used to it. I slept really good. It was the best sleep I've had in a long time. And I'm like, it's not gonna happen. Anyway, the only reason I'm on here is because I told you guys I was gonna finish my Which-Way-Filet Blanket this weekend. Well, by last weekend. I did not, and I was really close. On Friday, I got to a good size, a size I was happy with. I forgot to measure what that is. Oh, I got a tape measure here. So I'll measure it. I'll try to measure it while I'm here. But I got to a good size and I started doing the border. But I wasn't, it was late. I wanted to finish it for Saturday and get it in the laundry because it's going to the same family I mentioned that I made that dragonfly baby blanket for. It's a very late housewarming present for them. They bought their house. They moved into their house like in August or September. So I was gonna take that blanket, the dragonfly blanket, and the blanket that my husband's mom made for them, all to the baby shower that we went to on Saturday. I didn't finish it, so I was like, whatever, we'll just do that. I'll just take those and then I'll finish it on Saturday night and I'll take it to church on Sunday. So anyway, they love the dragonfly blanket. They love the quilts that my mother-in-law made. And And then so got home from the shower on Saturday. We're sitting there watching the movie with the kids, and I'm working on it. And I told you, so I'm on the border. So I got it to a good side. I'm starting to work on a border. So I started with a single crochet border, and I'm going around, and I started the border, and I'm going around and around, and after 2 sides, I come to the join, but it's not the join. It's just like an extra, like obviously I had accidentally, like I had done, you know, like you knit up. So in this, I came to a corner where like I chained up to start a new round, okay? But it was not in the right place. It was only 2 corners in, if that makes sense, right? So I ripped it all back, and I ripped back around to that. I ripped all that back, so I had to go back a whole round, redo that last little bit, and then started the border again. And then after two corners, it happened again. It happened like 3 times. And when I realized what I did was on Friday night when I was finishing this, I'll show it to you in a second. Friday night when I was finishing it, I was flying through it. And I was like, man, I am crocheting. Look at me, right? And I was, I should have known then that something was up because I'm not that fast, right? What I was doing was I was starting the new round. So crochet up, you chain up 5, and then you do, 2 double crochets in that corner. So you start the corner. So you pretty much okay, so a corner is 2 double crochets. In this case, it's 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets, right? When you start the round, you chain up 5, which counts as 1 double crochet and a chain 3. And then you do 2 more double crochets. So you have essentially 3 double crochets in the corner. And then when you finish the round, you put another double crochet in and you join. So that's how you get to your 4, right? And so at some point, 2 or 3 rounds back, I put one of those starting chains like in the middle of the round instead of like, I don't know what I was doing. I just messed it up some. I was tired. It's the end of the week. I just was going. So then every 2 corners, I was coming to a join. And so pretty much I don't know. It took me, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all, but pretty much I was starting a new row almost like in the middle of a row. And so I had to rip back quite a bit. That I finally, not quite a bit, I had to rip back 2 or 3 rounds. But in a big blanket that's growing every round, like that constitutes a lot of stitches. So long story short, I ripped that all back. So I didn't get this finished by Saturday. I did finally get back to where I was putting on the border last night. So I put on a single crochet, and then I did a round of single crochets, and then a round of half double crochets. And what I was gonna do is I was gonna do some kind of like picot or scallop border, but I didn't end up, because once I got finished with that round of half double crochets, like, this is all I had left. So I was done with the whole 3rd cake, and I have like several more of these, so I could have gone and grabbed another one to do that lap, but I just didn't want to break into a new cake just to do one last row of borders. So here we go. Let's unveil. This is it. I'll stand up in a second. This is the Which-Way crochet blanket. You can do it in a square or a rectangle. I did mine in a rectangle. So I feel like my rectangle is not very rectangular. Like somehow it squared itself out. Like the dimensions I put in, this is the back. Showed you the wrong side, I think. No, I can't even, oh no, that was right. So like this is how I started. And I figured like these dimensions, like this is about a 2.5 to 1 or 3 to 1, I don't remember. I thought those dimensions would, I guess they do play out throughout, but like once you see it, let me see if I can get far enough back. Stretched out, like it doesn't look like it's that big of a difference between the it doesn't look like it's that big of a difference between the length and the width. But that's it. And it's a good like sit on the couch and watch TV size. I really wanted to make it big enough for two, which I don't think it is. If they're snuggled up really good, it'll definitely be good enough for two, but it's good enough for at least one. And I was ready to finish it. Let me try to measure. Sorry, this is very informal, not like really, I don't have nothing flat to lay this out on. Hold on. Start that over here. Is almost 60 inches. A little bit, almost exactly 60 inches on the short side. So the shorter edge is like 60 inches, almost exactly. So the longer edge is gonna be a little bit more than that. This is only a 60-inch tape measure, so I won't be able to get the full length of it. But it's gonna be a little bit more than that. So it's a good size. It's really, so this is a 3-weight yarn. This is made with Heron Skinny Cakes in the color Baked Alaska, which is a 3-weight, and with the fillet design, like it lets just enough air through that it's like perfect temperature control. So I was, once you're making a blanket, like once you get to a certain size, you're like, at least me, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I use it as a blanket as I'm going. So I'm upstairs in my room crocheting this, and my husband has to have the fan on like 24/7. So we just keep the fan on, even when he's not home. A lot of times I'll keep it on, sometimes I turn it off. But I'm upstairs and my room gets hot. It actually legitimately does get hot, so I do actually keep it on. But I'm upstairs and I don't, like if I got under my comforter, it would be too hot. And I just had this spread over my legs, and like just enough of the air was like coming through the holes and hitting me that I wasn't getting overheated, but it was keeping me warm, because I don't like cold air blowing on me. I don't like fans if I can help it, especially not directly at me. I don't like, if they're oscillating, it's one thing, but I hate being directly under any kind of airflow. Cold airflow. Warm air, I love it. Cold air, I hate it. Even in my car, I'm always messing with the AC because it's like I need to cool off, but then the air hit me. I'm like, oh, this is miserable. So I'm always turning it on and off. This was perfect. I might do another one of these for myself because I actually like the way the color played out. I like the fillet design, the different directions of the fillets, etc. Came out really good. I gotta throw this in the wash. It's a little bit stiff. Once I put this border on, it did start curling a little, but I think that's gonna be okay after I wash it. So you can see I only did 2 rows of a border, but I think that's fine. I just really didn't want to break into a new cake. So just a single crochet, half double crochet, that's it. Did I do 2 rows or 1 row? 2 rows of singles. I did 1 row of singles, yeah. 1 row of singles, 1 row of half doubles. Probably should have done 1 more row, but I think we're good. So I feel like it's a little bit stiff. Once I wash it, I think it's gonna be super soft. So I'm really happy with the way this came out. I cannot wait to give it to my friend. All right, let's fold it up. I think I might do another one. I don't know if I'll do it in this color or what, because I have a couple other ideas. All right, I'm gonna throw this in the washing machine right now, so let's put it down. So now that I'm done with that, I mentioned that I wanted to try a moss stitch baby blanket. So I actually went immediately and put that on my hook. And as I mentioned, this is the baby cake I have. It's in the color, it's called, I showed you guys this already, right? I think I did. Pool Party. Yeah, I remember showing you this now. it may or may not be discontinued. I found these at Ollie's, but I feel like I found these at Ollie's like a year and a half ago. I feel like I've seen them on the shelf like since then. So maybe if they did, maybe the no Karen, they don't do dye lots, do they? I don't think they do, right? For these, maybe they do because I see some numbers. I know some Karen products don't do dye lots at all, but maybe the cakes do. So maybe that's what got discontinued. I don't know. But either way, I've got 3 of these, so we're gonna see how much three can take us. This is where I am on my little moss stitch. I may have to rip this back because I feel like I ripped it back once already. I got to about this size, and the top, just like this edge and this edge, like I was 2 stitches off. Like it was noticeably trapezoiding. It looks a little more even now. I know moss stitch, like even in some of the tutorials, like I saw, like they tended to be like a little skewed, and I think there's things you can do to straighten it. This is a tutorial from Creative Grandma. Hers is a little different, only in that she starts it with like this little granny square in the middle, and then it's like a row of half double crochets around the granny square, and then you go into the moss stitch. The first few rows I wasn't sure, like I think once I got past like about here, then I could kind of see it playing out, and I liked it. But the first down here, I was like, oh, I'm not sure about this. But now that I can see, especially once the color change comes and you get that little interplay, like then I can kind of see, oh, okay, this is the idea, and I think I'm gonna like it. Obviously it grows so slow because it's just single crochets and chains. Like it grows growing so slow, but oh well, that's okay. But yeah, I'm excited to do this. This is gonna go to my friend here, my other friend here. She's having that they had a boy last year. I made them that little heart motif knit blanket, if you recall, if you guys were here last year. I had like 3 friends pregnant at the same time last year. This year we're up to 5. And probably and counting. Wait, actually, you know what? My very good friends that I've known, almost like a mentor to me. I've known her since I was 14. She was probably like 20. Her daughter is having twin girls, and I've known this baby since she was like born, almost born. She was born like a couple weeks, either a couple weeks after or a couple weeks before I went off to college at 18. So I'm 43 now. So math, 25? That can't be. She cannot be 25. That's crazy. I just made myself sad. But yeah, her and her husband are having twins, and so now I'm like, I kind of wanna make them a couple blankets. Maybe I will. I have a few ideas. Because I've known, like I said, I've known this baby. I've known her, you know, since she was born. And so I've known her mom since I was, you know, since I was literally a child, you know, just 14 years old. So she's just someone that's like really poured into my life for most of my life. Very sweet. Her dad too. I've known both of them since I was a teenager, you know, before they were even dating, I think, officially, I knew them. And so, yeah, they're good people. And so I think I'm going to make them a blanket, or 2 blankets for their twin granddaughters. So that's up to, now we're up to 7. We'll see. But this one's going to her. I tried to track down a little bit more of at least one more of the Forever Fleece Finer, just as a backup, because I know that's getting discontinued, or that has been discontinued. I found someone, Your Inspiration still has some. I don't know if I'll buy it, because the yellow one is not on clearance. The white one is, for some reason. Like, they should all be on clearance at this point. We all know it's discontinued. I can't find it in anywhere else almost. Like, Amazon, maybe Etsy, but not for cheap. So I'm gonna try to do without it. And then if I find I need it, then I might go buy it. Like, obviously my worry is that it's gonna be gone by the time I decide I need it, but we'll see. I did find, and I gotta go to Michael's and see if it's a good dupe. There's like, Michael's has like a 4-weight polyester yarn. I forget what it's called because I don't know those yarns, that kind of yarn very well. Like, this is the first time I've enjoyed working with one of these kind of yarns. Like, it's not even, I wouldn't even consider it a blanket yarn, but maybe it is. But we'll see. So I'm gonna go and see if it's like a good dupe, and then if it is, then I'm not even gonna worry about trying to track down the Forever Fleece Finder. If not, I will maybe try to track some down. I'm pretty sold on doing the corner to corner knit blanket with it, and that's gonna go to my friend in Philly whose daughter is about to have a baby boy. So yeah, so there's that. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys where I'm at. I like this so far. I remember I knit and I crocheted with this last year, and then it's already soft as you're working on it. After you wash it, it is so soft, so very soft. Both the knit blanket and the crochet blanket like got super duper soft after I washed it. So I'm gonna go a little bit further. I'm gonna make sure this is a pretty even square. I don't think it matters. Once it gets bigger, we'll see. If it gets bigger and like it's a noticeable discrepancy, it feels like it's right because I have the same number of stitches on each side. It just looks wonky. If it gets bigger and it's like it gets to be like noticeably super wonky, then I might rip it back and start over. But I do like the way, this pattern's looking. So I will, even if I start over, I will start over with the same pattern. I really like it. Anyway, I'm gonna go now and go to sleep on my upside down bed and curse my husband until I fall asleep. I'll talk to you guys hopefully this weekend. Maybe this weekend. We got a quiet weekend coming up, right? No kids? Yeah. No kids? Yeah. We have no kids and no plans, so maybe this weekend I'll get some stuff done, and probably like by next Monday I'll have something cool to show you. And gotta get back on my hats. And a couple of things I want to do for myself that keep getting pushed further back because everybody want to have babies. But until then, we'll see what I get through, and then I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.